In 1798, a package arrived in England containing a dead animal that nobody could explain. Fur like a mole, a bill like a duck, webbed feet and a flat beaver-like tail stitched together, it seemed, from spare parts. Some of Britain's leading naturalists were so convinced it was a fake that they took scissors to the bill, searching for stitches. There were none. This was a real, living animal, and more than 2 centuries later, it is still breaking the rules of biology as we understand them. It lays eggs like a reptile. It nurses its young like a mammal. It hunts with a sense that almost no other creature on Earth possesses, and under ultraviolet light, its fur glows a ghostly blue-green. Today, we're diving into the insane biology of the platypus, how a 200-million-year-old evolutionary leftover became one of the strangest, most perfectly engineered survivors on the planet. Let's get into it. When the platypus first landed on the desks of European scientists at the end of the 18th century, it didn't just surprise them, it genuinely unsettled them. Here was a creature with the bill of a duck, the body of an otter, the tail of a beaver, and, as they'd soon discover, the reproductive habits of a reptile. At a time when scientific hoaxes stitched together from real animal parts were common, it's easy to understand the suspicion. But the Aboriginal peoples of Australia had been puzzling over this same animal for tens of thousands of years before any European ever laid eyes on it. Their oral traditions offer their own origin stories for the platypus, including tales describing it as the offspring of a duck and a water rat. Both cultures, separated by continents and centuries, were asking the exact same question. What, biologically speaking, is this animal actually supposed to be? Science eventually landed on an answer. The platypus is a mammal, but a very specific and very rare kind, called a monotreme. It belongs to a branch of the family tree so small that only one other kind of animal shares it. And to understand why that branch exists at all, we first have to understand exactly how strange this animal's reproduction really is. Every textbook definition of a mammal includes the same checklist: warm-blooded, fur-covered, milk-producing, and typically giving birth to live young. Notice that word, typically. The platypus is one of only 2 mammals on Earth that lays eggs instead. The other is its spikier cousin, the echidna, and together these 2 animals make up the entire monotreme order. When it's time to lay her eggs, a female platypus digs deep into a burrow and seals herself inside, cutting off any threat from predators. There, she lays her eggs and curls her tail around them, holding them close against her body for roughly 10 days until they hatch. From the moment they hatch, the platypus behaves like any other mammal. The young nurse on their mother's milk, secreted through her skin rather than through nipples, for 3 to 4 months until they're strong enough to swim and hunt on their own. So the real mystery isn't why the platypus behaves like a mammal, it's why, after all this time, it never stopped laying eggs. To answer that, we have to travel back roughly 340 million years, long before dinosaurs, to the appearance of the very first amniotes, small lizard-like creatures that changed the course of life on land forever. Amniotes were defined by one revolutionary trait: the amniotic egg, a protective membrane that shielded a developing embryo from the outside world. Fish and amphibians were tied to water, forced to lay their eggs there or risk them drying out. but the amniotic egg let reptiles lay eggs almost anywhere on land, freeing them to spread across the entire planet. Around 315 million years ago, these amniotes split into two great branches. One eventually gave rise to modern reptiles and birds. The other gave rise to the mammal-like reptiles, the ancestors of every mammal alive today, including us. Most of that mammal branch eventually evolved to carry their amniotic egg inside the mother's body, giving rise to internal pregnancy. But one small group broke away roughly 200 million years ago and never made that switch, the monotremes. Genetic sequencing has since revealed the receipts. Platypuses still carry a gene called vitellogenin, which builds the yolk protein that sustains a growing embryo, a gene shared with birds and reptiles, but almost entirely absent in the rest of the mammal family. It's a piece of ancient code the platypus simply never deleted. For a long stretch of prehistory, monotremes weren't the rare oddity we know today. They were the dominant mammals across the ancient landmass that is now Australia. That changed around 70 million years ago when marsupials arrived, migrating from what is now South America across the ancient supercontinent of Gondwana. Marsupials were faster, more efficient movers, and their internal pregnancies gave their young far better protection than a fragile shell ever could. One by one, they began outcompeting the monotremes across almost every habitat. Nearly every monotreme species that once existed was pushed toward extinction. Only two lineages made it through, the echidna and the platypus. The platypus's escape route was the water, a domain the marsupials simply couldn't follow it into. Marsupial newborns have to live inside their mother's pouch for weeks, nursing continuously. If their mother entered deep water, her young could drown. But a platypus egg, sealed safely inside a burrow, faced no such risk. That single difference may be the reason this bizarre egg-laying mammal is still alive today. Everything about the platypus's body has been fine-tuned for a life spent hunting underwater. Its webbed front feet act as powerful paddles, driving it forward, while its back feet function almost like rudders, steering with precision through the current. Before it dives, folds of skin seal over its ears, and its nostrils close completely, turning the platypus almost entirely watertight for up to 2 minutes at a time. Even more remarkable, it hunts with its eyes almost completely shut. Underwater, sight becomes nearly useless to it, so evolution gave the platypus something else entirely, a sixth sense that almost no other mammal on Earth possesses. That sense lives entirely inside its bill, and it's about to explain how a blind hunter can locate prey it can't even see. Because unlike a duck's bill, the platypus's bill is soft, flexible, and almost rubbery, closer in texture to suede than to anything you'd expect on a bird. And that texture is the key to everything. Inside that bill are two entirely separate sensory systems working together. And the first is called mechanoreception, sensitivity to touch, pressure, and vibration. The bill is packed with specialized receptors called push rods, tiny columns of cells that move independently from the skin surrounding them. The moment pressure or a vibration touches one, it fires a signal straight to the nerve underneath. This system is so sensitive that a platypus can detect a freshwater shrimp from 15 to 20 centimeters away using nothing but the faint tremors it sends through the water. The second system is even stranger, electroreception.
the ability to sense the tiny electrical fields every living creature gives off when its muscles move. Around 70,000 glands inside the bill pick up these electrical signals, working through the same basic principle used by hammerhead sharks and other elasmobranch fish. Remarkably, the platypus arrived at this ability through a completely separate evolutionary path, not inherited from an ancient fish ancestor, but reinvented from scratch. Electroreception is common in fish, but among mammals, only 3 species have ever been found to have it: the platypus, the echidna, and the Guyana dolphin. And you can actually watch evolution shaping this sense in real time. As echidnas moved permanently onto dry land, their electroreceptors have been steadily fading away because a sense built for water simply stopped being useful. If you ever get the chance to hold a platypus, take some advice. Keep its back legs pointed away from you. Male platypuses carry sharp spurs on their hind feet, wired directly to venom glands in their abdomen. It's not lethal to humans, but the effects are brutal. Nausea, cold sweats, swollen lymph nodes, and pain so severe that ordinary painkillers barely touch it. Venomous mammals are almost unheard of today. A slow loris raises its arms not for a hug, but to access venom glands hidden in its armpits, which it licks and mixes into its saliva. A short-tailed shrew, meanwhile, delivers venom that comes pre-mixed straight from its own saliva glands. Every one of these animals evolved venom through a completely different delivery system. Strong evidence that each lineage invented it independently long after their ancestors went their separate ways. Here's where it gets genuinely bizarre. Genome sequencing revealed that many of the proteins in platypus venom match those found in reptile venom, even though reptiles and mammals split apart roughly 315 million years ago. The answer lies in a duplication of a specific reptilian gene, the very same duplication that independently happened in snakes. In other words, this isn't some leftover trait passed down through time. It's convergent evolution. 2 completely unrelated lineages, separated by hundreds of millions of years, independently arriving at a strikingly similar solution. Why platypuses still carry venom at all remains a mystery, though scientists suspect it plays a role in territorial fights and mating competition between males. Just when scientists thought they'd catalogued every strange trait this animal has to offer, researchers made an accidental discovery. Under ultraviolet light, platypus fur glows a vivid blue-green. Nobody fully understands why. It may relate to camouflage from nocturnal predators, some form of unseen communication, or something science hasn't even considered yet. And this is exactly the pattern with the platypus. New technology keeps uncovering new secrets, decades after scientists assumed they finally understood this animal. Every strange feature we've covered today, the eggs, the bill, the venom, the glow, tells the story of an animal that took its own singular path through 200 million years of evolution, borrowing pieces from reptiles, birds, and mammals alike, and fusing them into something the world has never seen twice.
None of this happens without Australia itself. Its patchwork of climates, from tropical rainforest to scorched desert to coral reef, combined with millions of years of isolation, has made it one of the most biologically inventive places on Earth. Roughly 80% of the plants and animals found here exist nowhere else on the planet, and the platypus stands as one of the strangest, most successful results of that isolation. It survived
where hundreds of other lineages didn't, not by being the strongest or the fastest, but by being different enough to slip through a door nothing else could fit through. An egg-laying mammal, a sense that lets it hunt while completely blind. Venom borrowed from a lineage it split from 315 million years ago. Fur that glows under light it can't even see. The platypus isn't a mistake of evolution. It's proof of just how creative evolution can get when a species is pushed into a corner and finds its own way out. And the truth is, we're probably still only scratching the surface of what this animal has to teach us. So here's a question for you. Out of everything we covered today, the eggs, the electric bill, the venom, or the glow-in-the-dark fur, which one shocked you the most? Drop your answer in the comments below. I read every single one, and I'll be replying to as many as I can. If you want more deep dives into the strangest, most misunderstood animals on the planet, make sure you're subscribed and have notifications turned on, because there is so much more insane biology still to cover. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one.